Hello to all of our veterans and families. My name is Brian Mon, and I'm the proud principal of Faircrest Memorial Middle School. I'd like to take a minute to share with you how excited we are to celebrate another Veterans Day with you. This is such a special day for our students and staff, and we look forward every year to making it a special day for you. While we are not able to gather for our traditional face-to-face celebration, we are just excited to honor you for your service and commitment to our country. The words courageous, bravery, honorable, and sacrifice are synonymous with the men and women that have served this great country, and we hope to instill those same qualities in our students. Before our performance begin, I would like to thank all of our staff and students that have helped create this special day for you. A special thank you goes out to Ben Palumbo, Kim Crum, Michelle Padone, Robin Bentley, Amy Bush, Matt Stemple, Rashad Mitchell, our band and choirs. And on behalf of our Faircrest staff and students, I would like to again say thank you for your service, and we hope you enjoy the program.
Honoring all veterans on Veterans Day, we thank you for your service and sacrifices. We are forever grateful.
May we think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as an opportunity to do what is right.
Freedom is never free. Thank you to our heroes who have given us freedom.
The nation will remain the land of the free only as long as it is the home of the brave.
Good morning. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for joining us. My name is Steve Milano, proud superintendent of Canton Local School District. While I wish we could be together to celebrate Veterans Day in person, as we have done in the past, it is still wonderful to be able to get together in spirit and to honor all of you, our local heroes. Veterans Day was established back in 1938 as a national holiday to pay tribute to all veterans. November 11th was chosen as the date for Veterans Day because it is the anniversary of the end of World War I. This day is as special to celebrate today as it was back then, because we owe our freedom and our way of life to all of you, our veterans, those who have served, those currently serving, and those who will serve in the future. We would not be the great country that we are without your dedication, your service, and sacrifice. To all of you who are able to join us today, and to those who are not, we want to take this moment to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I'd also like to take a moment to thank your families who have supported you and all of our veteran service members. You have demonstrated a great deal of strength and courage to this wonderful country as well. Before we get to our program, I would like to take a moment to thank Mr. Ben Palumbo for organizing and planning this annual event. Ben, you do a great job, and we appreciate all you do for our veterans and what you do for our district. I'd also like to take a moment to thank our Veteran Day committee members, our staff, and our students at Faircrest Memorial Middle School in making this day a very special event. Again, I'd like to thank all of our veterans for your service and for joining us here today for this online tribute. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. And I hope we'll be together next year to celebrate in person Veterans Day. Thank you.
To all of our soldiers that give so many yesterdays for our today, thank you for your service.
On Veterans Day, we honor all who answer to a service call. Soldiers young and soldiers old fought for freedom, brave and bold. We're proud of all those soldiers who kept thinking of the red, white, and blue. They fought for our rights, and they fought through many days and nights. And though we may not know each name, we thank all veterans just the same.
Just my children and my wife. I thank my lucky While we're here at home, they traveled land and sea to make sure we stayed safe, to protect us and keep us free. Words are not enough to give them what they're due on Veterans Day. Please thank them for their service to me and you.
Honoring the sacrifices many have made for our country in the name of freedom and democracy is the very foundation of Veterans Day.
As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. John F. Kennedy, thank you for your service, protection, and support.
MAPS Air Museum volunteers restore and display historic airplanes. Their goal is to educate the public on the history of aviation and its impact on our world. On November the 11th each year, the members of the museum, along with the rest of America, pause to remember individuals who have served in the military. These individuals, called veterans, are all around you. You probably interact with veterans every day. They might be a teacher, the checkout lady at the grocery store, the mechanic who works on the family car, a government official, or even a close relative. The thing they all have in common is their willingness to serve, their belief that when the United States needed them, it was their duty to answer the call. That is why the volunteers at MAPS Air Museum feel Veterans Day is important.
Well, who doesn't think we should honor the vets? In my family, we lost my mother's brother, and he died for this country, and thousands of others like him, and I just think we should honor them. We should set aside not only one day, but try to keep them in mind all the time.
That's one of the greatest days in our country. It's what keeps our country going. It's the veterans that make our lives what they should be.
Veterans Day is very, very special to me. I'm a Navy brat and an Army mom. My dad was a navigator on a cruiser in the Pacific during World War II and retired a commander. And my son is in the Army. Well, he just retired from the Army, and he was in the first Gulf War and again in Afghanistan. So Veterans Day means so much to me, and the only thing I regret is that I didn't join the military too.
I think it's a great day to, a day to honor all veterans from the beginning of the country back, It's important to remember those who've served.
Well, I think it's important to honor the veterans. I mean, so many of them put their lives on the line for us, and it's just important to not forget them as they get older. Because a lot of them come back and out of service, and people kind of mistreat them, and they may have some injuries or scars from in the service, and I think we need to honor them because they're pretty important people.
I think of my husband being over in Vietnam and my daughter being born when he was away. And I think Veterans Day, it's important to acknowledge our veterans and keep in touch with them and their feelings.
Whenever I see a veteran, even though I am one, I see a veteran with a hat on, I will walk up to them, I will stand at attention, and I'll say, "Sir," and then I salute. Or I say, "Ma'am," if it's a lady. And I salute, and they salute back. I get some of the neatest reactions. I was in Florida at an air show, and there's a veteran sitting up in the stands, way up in the stands, and I stood down below and I yelled at him, "Sir!" Snapped to attention, saluted. By God, he stood up and saluted me back with a big grin on his face.
Well, it's important because a lot of people don't understand the sacrifice that was made by a lot of men and young boys, as a matter of fact.
We wouldn't be here without the veterans that gave some gave all gave some, but we wouldn't be here if not for their diligence and thoughts of protecting ourselves.
I think it's one of the greatest holidays you could ever have to honor the people that put their lives on the line for our freedom and the freedom we enjoy today, and hopefully continue to enjoy for years to come.
Important to me because so many young men and women gave up their lives so that we could have freedom today.
It honors the soldiers who have fought and died for our freedoms and to protect our Constitution, our Declaration of Independence, and our Bill of Rights.
Veterans Day is to honor the veterans who made the sacrifices that allow us and our children, our grandchildren to stay free.
Veterans Day is important to me, but I feel like it's more important for those family members who've lost someone or are dealing with the consequences of war or battles or injuries. So since I did not serve in a battle or wartime, I feel like I'm celebrating it more for them.
I grew up in the Second World War, and all my uncles were in. I had 3 of them in the Pacific Theater and 2 in the European, plus an aunt that was a WAC. So the whole family was off to war.
Now, Veteran Day to me means that we don't have our freedom if we didn't have our veterans to take care of us when we need them the most.
Veterans Day for me is the day that I spend some time remembering all the soldiers that I served with, under, or for throughout my 23 Army career. Very infrequently do we get the opportunity to think about those folks again, although I do keep track of them on Facebook. But it's a day of memories, that's for me.
Veterans Day is when we recognize everyone who served in our military, because veterans are one of the pillars that hold up what Americans cherish the most, our freedom.